Hey guys, how you doing? This is Rich from Rich TV Live. Hope you're having a great day. We are now live and interactive on YouTube, the greatest streaming platform in the galaxy. I truly believe that YouTube is the greatest social media platform in the galaxy. That is my opinion. Look at this. Look at AGE, Ajax Therapeutics up 250% today. This is just on fire. Put it on your watch list. Look at this. Now just broke $3. Put it on your watch list. Put it on your radar. It's absolutely on fire. And we'll keep watching it. How about Mind Medicine? Mind Medicine brought you guys this pick a long time ago. Told everybody that I thought that they had a chance. And wow, I was right yet again. Took a while. Took a long while. But when you have a company like Mind Medicine and you got guys like Mr. Wonderful himself, Kevin O'Leary, as strategic advisors, you know that as a billionaire like Kevin O'Leary, that all his friends are rich and successful too, that he hangs out with. Not all of them, but like the guys that he hangs out with on TV are. So it's not much for him to say, hey, by the way, I got a psychedelic stock. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer to me. And Mind Medicine, MMED in Canada and MMEDF in America, it's not stopping. They made an application to graduate and uplift to the senior exchange. And since they made that application, the stock has been on the move. You can clearly see that. We can go to the 1 month chart. Let's go to the range here. Let's go to the 1 month. I'm going to go to 1 month chart. So take a look at the 1 month chart. This is just a thing of beauty. This was one of the most frustrating stocks for me because I thought, like, when are they going to move? Like, they have to move. And they just didn't for the longest time. They didn't move. And finally, movement. There's a lot of movement too, from 55 cents to 96 cents. I mean, that's a huge move for Mind Medicine ever since they made the application to uplift to the senior exchange. And it seems as though the market is absorbing that information and they like that information and they like that possibility for Mind Medicine. And clearly the market's been going up for Mind Medicine. Hey, thank you guys for being here. Q Cushion Trader. How you doing, brother? How you doing, Cynthia? Yeah. Kai, how you doing, Kai? MindMed's going nuts, man. MindMed's going nuts. DRVD, Quentin Simmons. Hey, thank you for the pick. DRVD. Driven deliveries. Let's take a look at them. Up 5%. Okay. If there's anything else moving that you want me to look at, please let me know. I'm going to give a shout out to Justin, the Rich TV Live Rain Man. Yesterday, he was talking about Afria. And in fact, I was kind of getting frustrated with cannabis stocks, especially in Canada and Afria, because they've been somewhat of a nightmare. If you take a look at the 1 year chart or even the 5 year chart, it's kind of crazy. From 89 cents to $24, now back down to $7. So it's been up and down, more so recently down story for Afria. Obviously hit 265 in March when everybody got crushed because of coronavirus. And now it's back to 750, but it's up 10% today. It's making a big move, apparently on some shipments in Germany, I believe. But you can see that this is a nice spike here where it was at $6 and it's now at $7.50. So does this trend continue? That remains to be seen. I'm not bullish on the cannabis sector in Canada at all. Very bearish on it actually until they show some consistency for more than 1 day. So yeah, it's a nice 10% bump for the day. I'm not suggesting you go in and you buy the stock, but I think it's definitely one you need to watch. I think you need to put on your watch list, you need to put on your radar, because there is opportunity to make money here with this stock, but it's very volatile, as you've seen. I mean, just in the last year, you can see the volatility, massive volatility here from $2 to where we are now, around $7.50. And it's just been really choppy all year long, up and down all year long. So it is approaching the high of the year, which is actually 821. So it is approaching the year high, which is kind of sad that the year high is 821. It's hard to believe actually how this has really fallen down from where it's been. And yeah, the year high is 821 and the year low, which would have been an amazing buying opportunity clearly at this point, was $2.65. So if you bought it at 265, you've made, you've made, around 200% on your money. That clearly the bottom and the top 821, and we're currently at 749. So we're not that far from the all-time high this year. So that's where I feel like you may see some resistance. You may see some resistance at that point. But even 821 doesn't seem like it's that high for this stock. I mean, remember, like, I can show you guys the 5-year chart, and you can see that it's been as high as 2475. 2475. And that was in 2018. January 2018 was all-time high. You can see this extend down here like that. So you can see how this has clearly been falling, and the low, the bottom was 265. If we ever see it go down there again and the company continues to grow, you may want to pick it up at those levels for sure. Right now it's 748. And can it get back to those high highs? Of course it can. It's a bigger, better company today than it was when it was at $24. But the market was heavily overhyped in those days, and the market has been selling off and really been controlled by the shorters, insiders that are just dumping shares and just raising money for the last few years. And at some point, you have to think that some of these companies are going to make a move, a sustained move, but we haven't seen it, not for Canadian cannabis companies so far in 2020. This is the time of year where typically it happens. So let's see what happens. Any thoughts on Peck and Sunworks? Let's take a look at those picks. Peck down 14%. I do have them on my watch list. It looks interesting, but obviously clearly down today. So if you like this stock, this might be the time to position yourself in it. We are live and interactive on YouTube, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me here on YouTube, the greatest streaming platform in the universe. We are looking at the markets live and interactive. If there's any picks you want me to look at, please let me know. I will pull it up. And we want the best picks. We don't want any penny stocks, guys. We want the best picks, and we want companies that are real companies, okay? No penny plays. And if they are a penny stock, then hopefully a real company, okay? And I'll do my best to try to look at all the picks for you guys, plus the picks that I'm looking at every day. Obviously, I got my own picks. SUNW 353. Obviously, this thing has been an amazing run recently. Let's take a look at the 6-month chart. So you can see this was at 33 cents. Wow, this is at 33 cents. So it's made some crazy moves from 33 cents in April 14th. Wow, that's wild. So April 14th, 33 cents to $8.49. Man, I should have done a better job paying attention to this. I should have definitely done a better job paying attention to this. So it made a huge move. Obviously, it's come down from that level. Now the RSI is at 74, so you can clearly see in the 4-hour chart that it's still heavily overbought. Even on the daily chart, you can see that the RSI is at 64. So it has come down from the higher highs on the RSI, but it's still pretty high. So I believe there's room for this to come down further. Don't like it in the 60 to 70 zone. I'm not interested in doing a buy in the 60, 70 zone on the RSI. I'd like to see the RSI at 50 or lower. 50 is the middle, right? You know, obviously if it's lower, it's even more of a buy for me. But at these levels, I'd be looking to be selling. I wouldn't be looking to be buying. If you got in, you know, at 50 cents and you're at 352 and you're wondering when to sell, I think a lot of other people are wondering the same things. That's why you see selling. It's struggling to maintain these prices because how do you justify going from 51 cents to 350? So will they be able to maintain this? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen, but it has been making some crazy moves. And we know that there's members within our community that have ridden this baby and done extremely well. Planet 13. Yeah, thank you for Planet 13. I like Planet 13 a lot, actually. PLTH in Canada, Planet 13 at 434. You can see another stock that's gone from 66 cents to a high of 551. And I mean, they're at 66 cents a couple years ago. That was the low. And where we are today, 434, like around this region here. So this has been actually one of my favorite stocks. I've done a lot of videos on it, and I love their idea of creating like an experience for cannabis. This is one of the hottest cannabis plays in 2020, especially in America. You can see the one-year chart from 99 cents. We're just going to mark this up. From 99 cents to 434 has been a massive winner for investors. And I've been talking about them a lot over the last years. And I honestly just kind of like lost sight of these guys because I've been focused on other picks, and they've screamed. They've done extremely well. So congratulations to anybody on Planet 13. And they've been a pick that we've talked about for years, and they finally returned investors incredible returns. Incredible returns. WWR. Westwater Resources. This has been an epic tear. Obviously, there's rumors of them working with Tesla, and that's why the stock has exploded. You can see it's gone from $1.34 all the way to $14.50 in like record time, like literally record time. Look at that chart. From 134, wow. From 134, September 23rd. Okay, why don't you want to do that? To where we are right now of 456. Sorry, 956. Yeah, WWR has been on fire. The way you need to trade these stocks that are screaming like this and breaking new all-time highs, you need to be ready to unload your shares, because at any point in time, they're going to come back down, right? So you have to be very, very careful when you trade with these types of stocks. If you are a momentum trader, make sure you take your momentum. And if you're in profits and then you see that the stock starts to come back and starts to pull back or starts to sell off, get out. Take your profits, take your money and run 100% of the time. Am I into any SPACs? Not this second. I did buy Lancadia Holdings and I sold for profit. That's the only SPAC that I bought. And I actually bought Shell and I sold for profit on that too. But I'm not into any SPACs at this second. But thank you for this pick. I'll add it to my watch list. And I do like SPACs. This is kind of like the year of IPOs and SPACs right now. So yeah, I do like SPACs. 1062 looks pretty interesting. BABA just went to 301. Let's take a look at BABA. Alibaba stock, $301. And this has been on a tear. Wow. It's been on a nice tear, eh? Alibaba. It's not one that I really looked that much. We're going to add it to my watch list here. But you can clearly see that these guys, yeah. Wow. Baba, eh? Almost doubled. From 170 to 300. I like that. I like that. Obviously, they're a giant, a global giant. That chart is a thing of beauty. Whew. I'll take that all day. Like when I see a chart like this, yeah, and you see a company of that size that's doing that, just buy it on the dip. Just buy it on the dip. That's all you got to do. Black Stealth says, don't forget to punch the like for support. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You know, just for that, I'm going to make you a moderator. Quentin Simmons says, Rich, DRVD is a real company. Get in while it's low. Hey, thank you for sharing, man. Whatever you can. Jason asks, is TAT a good buy zone? Let's take a look at TAT. Obviously, TAT, we brought it to you guys pre-IPO at 41 cents. Today, it sits at $2.99. Is this a good buy? Well, it's down 7%. So anytime you have a stock that went from pre-IPO at 41 cents, opened at 67, and has been as high as 440 this week, right? And now it's come back down. What it's trying to do is trying to identify a floor. And because we're still waiting for the revenues and sales, nobody knows where it should trade yet because it's just trying to find its floor. So investors are buying, investors are selling, maybe some early investors. In fact, I know there's early investors in this company that are selling. So some early investors have been selling and taking profits. And I know a lot of those early investors got in at 15 cents. So for the early investors that got in at 15 cents and now they're selling at $3, $3.50, $4, I mean, I think that's probably pretty smart, right? Not to say this can't go higher, but if you got in early at 40 cents, 60 cents, under $1, or even if you got in early as an early investor at like 15 cents, well, selling at $3 means you're making 20 times your money. Never a bad idea to take profits when you're up 20 times your money. And if those investors get in now, that means that they won't have to be worried about selling later, which means that share that they're selling is switching hands with an investor that is happy to have shares at $2 or $3 or $4. And if you got in at 15 and you sold at $3, that's the way it should be. It's called first money in, first money out. That's the way it should be. That's standard in the markets. First money in, first money out. So is TAT in a good buy zone? Well, based on the RSI and based on the daily chart, you can see that the daily chart still says that this is heavily coming from a heavily overbought territory, right? So anything over 70 is our sell zone, and we're right now at a 65. So what's happening now is the shorters are all coming in and trying to say, well, there's no revenues, they don't have this, they don't have that. They're all coming out and trying to discredit the stock because they're trying to short it. It's clearly what's happening, right? Insiders are selling, they're taking profits. Day traders are selling, they're taking profits. Shorters are jumping on this and they're trying to short it. And that's when you get this vicious cycle of selling. Now, as the company grows and puts out news and continues to evolve, which it has been, investors and new investors are also going to continue to position themselves. They're going to buy the stock and they're going to set it and they're going to forget it. They're not going to necessarily day trade it, flip it, and do what other people potentially are doing with the stock. So what do I think is a good buy zone for TAT? It's a good question. I think that with this stock, you can clearly see that you have to try to buy the dips. If you buy the dips on this stock that's gone from 114 to 440 in a month, okay? If you buy the dips on a stock that's clearly climbing, you give yourself a better chance of winning. If you chase the green, you have a chance of getting stuck in a pullback, right? You can see how this is traded. So what it's trying to do right now is trying to find a floor. Is this the floor? It seems as though it wants to stay around $3. It seems as though there's a new floor being created here. Imagine this imaginary floor at $3. And it has gone down a few times, but every time it's gone down below this level, it seems as though it gets support. You can see it. People are buying it off the dip, right? I don't know who it is, like investors, institutions. People are buying that dip right there. So every time it dips under $3, people seem to be buying that dip. And you can see they did it here as well, right around 292. So it seems as though under the $3 range right now seems to be the new floor that has been created. So the $3 to under $3 range, in my opinion, seems to be the floor that is, like, based on what you can see right now on the screen, that's the floor that's being created. Now, could it go lower than this? Of course it can. It can go anywhere it wants. I don't control the stock and I don't control the markets, and I never will. Okay. But where do I think it goes and where do I think is the floor is the question. And it seems to me, based on how it's traded recently, that $3 is the floor. And that if you can get under $3 as a buy, like 280 range, 285, 290, 295, seems as though that's where investors are positioning their buys. And that's why every time it goes underneath $3, it seems to bounce back up. But we'll see. We'll watch it and see if that remains to be true. I want to show you guys another stock that I actually brought you guys that's been on fire. Where is it? I don't know why I don't see it. Myomo. Interesting. MYOC is just a new one that I just found. I was trying to put MYCO and I put MYOC. And sometimes I find stocks by mistake and it works out great. But look at this one. Look at this one. Now, this is a client. This was a video that I did as a sponsored video. I brought MYCO to our entire community, and congratulations once again to our community and to our members. MYCO is another ripper. Another ripper for our community. Congratulations to all members. This has been a big winner once again. Look at the volume. That is massive. Massive. I've never seen volume like this for MYCO. Massive, massive volume for MYCO. I told you guys I like psychedelics. I told you guys I like telehealth. These guys do both. Look at the volume. Numbers don't lie, but people do. I don't make this up, okay? Our investors, once again, in our community is up big on MYCO, Midocene Innovations. I did the interview with the CEO. I did the review for the company. They are a client of mine. It was a sponsored ad, and it has been another big winner for our community and for our members. Congratulations to everybody on MYCO, Midocene Innovations. And I don't think this is the end for them. Now, I'm not telling you to go and chase it up 10% today, but I don't think this is the end for them. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't think so. I think this is one of those stocks that is really going to just gain more and more attention because of what they do. A, telemedicine. B, psychedelics. Two of the hottest sectors in the world. Put them together and you have Midocene Innovations, and once again, another winner for our community. Congratulations to all of the members. They've been a big winner. Oh yeah, good call on DRVD. As soon as you talked about it, I put it up and boom, it immediately exploded as soon as I put it on the screen. It's pretty funny. Shows the power of our community, I guess, eh? MSOS. Whoo, Green Lane, GRN. Oh goodness. Guys, Green Lane Renewables, GRN. I actually just interviewed the CEO. They are on fire. Put them on your watch list. Put them on your radar. GRN, Green Lane Renewables. It is absolutely on fire. Screaming today. Congratulations to members. Congratulations to Sherry, who was bringing this to our community yesterday, saying that she was in on it and she liked it. Sherry, you are a genius. And those are the types of people that we have in our community. And if you would like to join our trading academy and get access to all of these picks first and early with some of the greatest trading minds on the planet, in my opinion, love to have you work with me. Love to have you partner with me. Love to have you trade with me. We are approaching close to 200 members in our trading academy. It is absolutely wild what is happening. Members are coming out of literally the entire world. Like, we got members from all over the world that are joining, and I would love to have you guys be a part of it because we're just looking for more great minds. Look at this. Look at this. Mind medicine. Loving this. Absolutely loving this. Look at the 1 month chart on mind medicine. It is literally climbing while we are live. MMEDF. Let's see if it hits $1 while we're live today. LL says, Apple, the obvious phones coming out Tuesday, and Microsoft, Baba, Long, Cloudflare, Net, and WMT Holding. Hey, thank you for sharing your picks, brother. And I agree with you. I love Apple, obviously. I am a shareholder of Apple, and I love AMD and Microsoft. I'm not really as much of a lover of Baba, but after looking at their chart, I'm starting to fall in love with them. Cloudflare, Net, and WMT. I got to look into Cloudflare, Net, and WMT. But thank you for sharing your picks. I will add these picks to my watch list and my radar. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. It's the power of community, guys. Share your picks. We'll take a look at it. And if they move or I like them, I'll let the people know. WMT. Oh, yeah, Walmart. Obviously, Walmart. One of my top 10 picks as well from September. Huge fan of Walmart. And I'm always watching Walmart, Microsoft, all the big boys. I'm always watching. And my plan is over time to just accumulate them all. This is another one that I really like, guys. Blackrock Gold. This is a company that I have as a client, as a featured client as well. And I want to show you guys why I like it. So these guys went from 33 cents all the way to over $1. They've retraced all the way back down now where they're back to 86 cents. They went as low as 80 where they bounced. I think that that's the floor. I think that they found the floor. This is a miner, and I like gold, silver miners. Those are the type of miners that I've been really featuring and talking to and interviewing and looking at. And I believe that we're about to see a massive, massive bull run in gold and silver and miners. So Blackrock Gold is one of those miners that I really like. They came up with some news today. Let me see if I can pull up that news. See if I can pull up the news somewhere on Blackrock Gold. Oh, here it is. Here's the news on Blackrock Gold. So I like this news. BlackRock drills 4,643 grams a ton silver, equivalent over 1.5 meters within 3 meters of 2,466 grams a ton silver equivalent, and successfully steps out 500 meters at Tonopah West. So the symbol in America for all Americans that are watching all over the world, investors that are watching, BKRRF in America. I think that this might be the time to start looking at positioning ourselves in this company. I think at these prices, because their high was $1.60 and they hit a low of 86. So in my brain, the way my brain thinks, I'm thinking, okay. So let's see here. In the last 6 months, we've been as high as 161. We're going to mark this up, okay? We're going to mark up this chart. So in the last 6 months, the high is 161. The low is 14 cents. Crazy, right? Crazy. So low of 14 cents, high of 161, and what is it doing? It's finding a floor. I just talked about finding a floor, right? So now it's finding a floor. It's come all the way back down because the market's like, well, you're not worth 14 and you're not worth 161. So what are you worth? And the market's trying to figure that out. and it hit 80 and it came up from 80. And I thought that it wouldn't stay under $1. And it's come to 80 and it's already back to 86. And I don't think this is going to stay under $1. I really don't. I really don't think this is going to stay under $1, which means as an investor, if you can get in at 80 or lower and this thing does make a move up, which I believe it will, once it hits a floor, I think it makes a move up, especially on news like this. There could be an amazing chance to make a double on this. Now let's go through the news. Blackrock Goldcorp. Now this is a Canadian miner, and usually the market doesn't respond right away. So this might be a delayed response to some really big news, because I think this is big news, guys, like really big news. Blackrock Goldcorp, BRC in Canada. And I told you guys the American symbol. Where did I put them? BKRRF is the American symbol. They're up 3.97% in America. Is pleased to announce additional significant reverse circulation drill hole intercepts on its maiden drill program at 100% controls Tonopah West project located in the Walker Lane Trend of Western Nevada. Wow, 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 wow. Highlights: drill hole TW20-017 has delivered the highest grade intercepts of the program to date. That's big news, guys. This is huge. Cutting 1.5 meters of 26 grams ton gold and 2,030 grams ton silver, or 4,643 grams ton silver equivalent. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Look at that chart, guys. Look at the chart in America. Isn't that a thing of beauty? From 9 cents all the way to 65 cents. And it went to a high of $1.22. So just think about the possibilities, guys. So this is a miner, puts out news of drilling, stock explodes. Now, after that, people are like, yeah, but it's not worth it. And it comes back down. So it's finding a floor. Now they just put out big news again. What is this going to do to the stock? This is what I want to teach you guys. And as a community, we all work together to identify when we get into these picks before they're going to have a huge explosion, before they're going to have big news, and identify based on the news, the share structure, the management, the chart, their financials, their debt to equity ratios or lack thereof, if there is any, their debt, if any, their equity, if any, their assets, cash on balance in the bank, and their treasury. This is all important, if any. And if there isn't any, we're really not that interested at all in the stock unless it's got some cutting edge technology and it has a chance to have revenue in the future. So there's certain specific things that we look for within our community, and our results have been phenomenal. This is some huge news. I'm not going to go through all the news here because there's lots, but I want to go through what Andrew Pollard is saying here about all these drill holes, because wow, this is a massive drill program. So you guys should take a look at the news yourselves, but wow. Let's just see what Andrew Pollard had to say. President and CEO commented, which I interviewed. President and CEO commented, management and high expectations going into our maiden round of drilling. Though as initial assay results continue to roll in, it's clear we have, oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Listen to what he says here, guys. This is crazy. I can't believe what I'm reading. Can't believe what I'm reading here, guys. Management had high expectations going into our maiden round of drilling. Though as initial assay results continue to roll in, it's clear we may have underestimated the project's potential. These results from the DPB target not only continued to highlight the bonanza grades for which this historic district was renowned, but have now extended the mineralized vein corridor a further 500 meters along strike from where historic production shut down roughly 90 years ago. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crazy. The Denver Paymaster and Bermuda DPB high-grade veins that were historically mined together represented the last producing mine in the district prior to shutting down due to low metals prices at the onset of the Great Depression. The first group to target the historic workings, we are excited to not only confirm that high-grade mineralization remains where production left off, but more consequently, that the system extends subsequently beyond the remains open, which assays showing 14 significant intercepts from the 16 drill holes reported thus far. We're seeing tremendous leverage via the drill bit at what is just the very beginning of our maiden program at the project. Wow. Guys, this is huge news. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm going to share this news with our Trading Academy members right now. This is huge news. Epic news. Oh my goodness. This is epic. If you're looking for a junior miner, this news is absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. Wow. I can't even believe what I'm reading. With 3 drill rigs now at site and roughly 30,000 meters of drilling planned through the end of the year, 30,000 meters of drilling, we are focused on expanding the footprint of known mineralization while we continue to enhance our understanding of the geologic model. Guys, this could become one of the largest discoveries for a junior miner. And if we get in early and we anticipate this and we watch this and we position ourselves, this has already been a huge winner for members. And this has already been a huge winner for investors that got in early on this pick. So there's a chance that this could become even bigger. Wow. DPB target. Drilling on the DPB target is progressing with step-out drilling east and west of drill hole TW20-006, 4.6 meters at 1,577 grams a ton. Silver. So these guys, wow, these guys are drilling silver. Additional drill pads spaced at approximately 100 meters apart along strike will host 3 drill holes each, all oriented in a southerly direction to cut the veins up and down dip. The DPB target has significant tonnage and expansion potential based on drilling to date. A second intercept has been returned from the Merton vein on the south side of the DPB target. Drill hole TW20-017 cut 3.1 meters of 2,466 grams a ton silver and is one of the highest grade intercepts on the project. Massive, massive finding. The mineralized intersection in TW20-017, along with the first intercept in TW20-007, 1.5 meters of 387 grams a ton silver, confirm a minimum strike extent of 120 meters on the Merton vein. A significant development at the DPB target is the intersection of good grade gold. Wow. Mineralization in drill hole TW20-016. TW20-016 is 500 meters west of the drill pattern. The drill hole intersected 3 zones of mineralization, and these zones are slightly different than previous drill intercepts in that they are rich in gold versus silver. Guys, these guys are finding high grades of gold and silver, and they're at 86 cents in Canada, and they are currently at 65 cents in America. This is a huge discovery. Huge discovery. 2 additional step-out drill holes, TW20-014 and TW20-015, were completed 800 meters to the west of the main DPB target. The drill holes encountered weak silver and gold mineralization. However, in TW20-014, the critical west end rhyolite unit was missing or faulted out from the volcanic package. In TW20-015, the west end rhyolite was present and weakly mineralized. Additional geologic work is needed to find the extension of the vein zones 800 meters to the west. Wow. And it just keeps going, guys. I'm not going to read the entire press release because this is just massive. They break it all down, guys. They break it all down. But this is exciting. About Blackrock Goldcorp. Blackrock is a junior gold-focused exploration company that is on a quest to make an economic discovery. I love that. On a quest to make an economic discovery. And once again, 86 cents in Canada, 374,000 shares have traded, so lots of liquidity. Anchored by a seasoned board, the company is focused on its Nevada portfolio of properties consisting of low sulfidation, epithermal, gold, and silver projects located along the established Northern Nevada Rift in north central Nevada and the Walker Lane Trend in western Nevada. Guys, this is going to be big. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you to put it on your watch list, put it on your radar. If you see any dips and you think that it's the time to get in, position yourselves, guys, because I have a feeling that these guys are going to rise. I really do. I think these guys go higher. I like this pick. I like this play. I like this deal. I like the CEO. When I met him, seemed like a really nice, down-to-earth guy, a real honest guy, and the type of guy that I'd love to have on my show because he's easy to talk to. So this is the type of company that we can bring back on our show, and we can talk to the CEO very easily, very candidly. And as this story evolves and unfolds, we can continue to tell it. So really like this pick. And I think at these prices, we may see some huge upside. Green Lane Renewables, stay tuned. I did interview the CEO. They're up 15% today. Huge volume, 2.69 million shares. Massive volume for them. They've been on the move. Mind Medicine, obviously another company where I interviewed the CEO. I told you guys I think there's a good chance that we're going to see them hit $1 today, and I believe they will. I believe they will. This is the high of the day. They're at 99 cents right now, up 14.74%. I don't see any reason why they don't go to $1. They've got tons of momentum, and I believe they're going to go to $1 today. And I was saying that when they're at 98 cents. Now they're at 99 cents. And obviously I've been saying it since they were way cheaper because I've been talking about this pick for months. So I'm not surprised in this. I've been talking about this, and this is kind of what I expected from these guys. You know, obviously I've been marking up the chart. I've been talking about them. They're one of my top 10 picks in October 2020, and they haven't disappointed. They've been a screamer. MYCO, another pick, which I brought you guys last week. A lot of our members got in. Congratulations to all members. They've been a screamer, and I'm going to continue to watch the market. And if there's anything else that you guys think of, let me know. Here's another one. We all got into this pick too. GDNP, Good Natured Food, a plant-based food stock. A lot of our members got into this pick, and congratulations to members. I got in at 13.5 cents. They're now at 17 cents. Congratulations to all members. They've been another winner for our community. And when we got into this pick, nobody was buying this stock. In fact, when I put out my video on YouTube, nobody watched the video, which proves that nobody knows Good Natured Food yet. Not yet. But our members have been picking at it, and we've been getting in. And I think MindMed can go all the way. You know, I think MindMed can go all the way to the NASDAQ. I think that they've got what it takes. They've got Bruce Linton, who obviously has had huge success with cannabis, with specifically canopy growth. And they've got Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful himself. So I'm a huge fan of Kevin O'Leary, and obviously almost everything he has touched has turned to gold. He has been a massive success story, a Canadian icon, a billionaire investor, part of the Dragon's Den in Canada, part of Shark's Tank in America, and he's part of that deal. He's a strategic investor in that company. And I really believe in what this company is going to do in Mind Medicine. And I'm not surprised in anything that they do. So when they made the application to the senior exchange, I was all over it because I thought, wow, this might be a catalyst. And clearly I was right. I put them as one of my top 10 picks for October 2020. Clearly I was right. If we just go to the last month, you can clearly see what they have done. I mean, this has all just happened recently. This has all just happened at the beginning of this month. Like, this literally started when I called them one of my top 10 picks for October 2020. It was at 58 cents in America. I can mark that. It was at 58 cents when I did that. I want to mark it. So low right here, right there, 55 cents. And you can see it's gone up to 99 cents. So anybody that took that recommendation and did their due diligence, did their research and said, hey, you know what? I like this pick. I'm going to buy it. Congratulations. You're already up. So do I think it can continue? Absolutely. It has to. In order for them to go to the NASDAQ, this price has to go much higher. So I believe they need to be at least at between, $3 to $4 in America in order for them to go onto the senior exchange. So I anticipate it's going to go higher. I like Roku. I do like Roku. It's one of my top 10 picks that I dropped in one of my videos. I think it was January 2020, and they haven't disappointed. They've been climbing just like I predicted. So yeah, I like this pick. So you can see from $58 to $228. And how do you not like this pick? Just a giant. Just a giant. Just a giant. So yeah, big fan of Roku. Big fan of the best companies. Any company that's the best, you already know I like it. Any company that's the best, you already know I like it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you guys. Where do I see Victory Square bottoming? I think Victory Square can go a lot higher. Where do I see it bottoming? Let's see. Well, you can see that it's gone from 12 cents to over $1. Right now, it's trying to find its floor. It's at 52 cents. I think that they're starting to find their bottom around these levels because clearly every time they hit this level, it bounces. See that? When you zoom in, every time it's hitting my line, it's bouncing. Hitting my line, bouncing. Hitting the line, bouncing. So right now, if you ask me where is the floor today, I would say it's around 50 cents. I would say that's the floor today, but that could change. Max, you still holding Afria? Or are you flipping that? What are you doing with that? I haven't really been trading cannabis stocks at all, to be honest with you. I'm happy that Afria is doing well today, obviously. I'm always happy when cannabis stocks do well. I do hold a lot of cannabis stocks. I'm just very disgruntled about what has happened here in the cannabis sector in Canada specifically. And I just don't feel good about it. And I feel like we've all been robbed and it's not right. And I feel like there's a lot of criminals. And I'm not going to say more than that, but I'm going to say there's a lot of criminals, and I'm not talking about the people running the companies. I mean, even in the government level, I don't like the way the government's handled this. And I feel like the people that have been hurt the most have been the shareholders. And now we've got a sector where these companies can't get ahead because they're always raising money. And the only way they can raise money is by selling stock. And because they're not profitable, because they're taxed like crazy by the government, so none of them are actually making any money, these companies have to consistently dilute just to pay their bills. And if you have to consistently dilute just to pay your bills, that's never going to end well. So this system that's been created for these cannabis companies in Canada is a nightmare. Nobody's making any money and they can't figure it out. And I'm not bullish at all in the cannabis sector in Canada. Do I find companies in America More sustainable? Am I more bullish for the cannabis companies in America? Absolutely. Are there good ones in America that have done well? Absolutely. There's some that I love in America. I can show you a couple, but they're all the monsters, right? They're the big ones. And the Canadian ones just are not on their level. Like IIPR, I brought you this pick at $40. It's one of my picks. It just hit 132 yesterday. I mean, they're clearly a giant, right? And these are the types of companies I like. Tight float, profitable, in the real estate cannabis sector. Look at that. That chart's a thing of beauty. I love this pick, right? Grow Generation Corp. I brought you this pick too. Brought you this pick when it was at like a couple bucks right here. And they've exploded when as high as $22. Another one that I love. These are all picks that I've talked about first. And they've done extremely well, but they've come back from their highs and they're starting to find floors now. GW Pharma, another one that I love, at $97. Brought you this pick way in advance. Anything under $100, in my opinion, is a buy for this stock. And this thing has been another beast, been as high as 141. And I think anytime it goes under 100, it's a buy. I do. Look at this. Every time it goes under 100, it's a buy. And this is kind of like the 100 zone. So you can like mark the 100 zone. And it doesn't really stay under 100 forever. And it doesn't stay under 100 for long, usually. And when it goes under 100, it's a buying opportunity. And then you clearly see it goes under 100, it bounces. Goes under 100, temporarily it bounces. Goes under 100. So I believe that now could be a time to start positioning ourselves in GWPH. But might go lower, might go as low as 67 to 70. So I'm not suggesting you buy it today, but I do believe that this is a juggernaut. You know, these are the types of companies I like. The best. Everything else, I'm not really interested. Scott's Miracle-Gro, clearly the best. Same thing. Always a buy around 100. It's like 100's like the magic number for these guys. Look, right around 100 is the magic number. And every time it gets to 100, it bounces. It gets to 100 temporarily, goes up, goes down a little bit. Buying opportunity, bounces. This is a juggernaut. This is the leader. When it comes to cannabis stocks, this is the leader. This is the number one. So these are the ones that I like, right? And there's others. I like True Leaf. Obviously, True Leaf has been one of the best. You know, we go to the 1-year chart. You can see True Leaf, the bottom was $8. That's the buying opportunity. You know, if we get True Leaf under $10 again, we got to load up. That's the way I look at these stocks, but I ain't going to chase this at $20. I'm not buying this at $27, right? There's no way. But if it comes down, you know, to kind of like, for me personally, like 10 or less, then I would consider positioning myself and ride it up. But I'm not buying it at $27. No way. Not me. Not this guy. Am I still bullish on Golden Nuggets, aka LCA? I do like them, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm personally not very bullish on cannabis right now. It's really like the last sector that I look at. I got a lot of other sectors that I'll put way ahead of the cannabis sector. It's not to say that you can't make money in cannabis, but if I was trading cannabis, I'd be in and out very quickly. I wouldn't be holding those shares. I don't trust them based on what they've done to everybody in Canada. I just don't trust them, and I never will. Look at this, guys. While I'm talking about Blackrock Gold, surprise, surprise, they just moved up 65 cents. They've been moving up all of a sudden after I talked about it. MYCO, surprise, surprise, moving up. I talk about it and it climbs. I talk about it and it climbs. Now remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about. And speak to a financial advisor. If you're going to buy something, talk to your advisor. Look at this. I guess other people are listening to me, guys. This was at 86 cents. Now we're at 87. So somebody's listening, somebody's watching, somebody's buying somewhere because the stock just went up a little bit. So I think the news is big. Like I was telling you about Blackrock Gold. I'm not telling you to buy it. I think it's a good company. I like the CEO. And I think there's huge potential. And I think the news is big. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing rocket back to $1. So that's just my 2 cents. Is TAT considered a cannabis stock? No. Yeah, you need to diversify, guys. Everyone that's diversified has been winning big. Anybody that's still in cannabis is still just waiting for cannabis to make their move, especially anyone who is waiting and holding Canadian cannabis. Now, American cannabis, that's different. A lot of American cannabis stocks have done well, but the Canadian cannabis stocks, that's a different story. It's been a nightmare. All right, guys, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support. Hope you have a great day. This is Rich from Rich TV Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching, we bring in the winners and we bring them to you first. Stay tuned. More CEO interviews coming, more inside looks into companies, more due diligence reviews, more overviews of companies, more breaking news, and more trending topics. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace.